Hi. I was a process server for 5 years. What I learned there was a lifetime of invaluable free legal advice. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to pay anyone to file a lawsuit. All you have to do is go to your local courthouse where there will be a law library. There will be someone or several people there who will have legal knowledge, but they can't tell you what to do. However, they have books and they can give you some advice for free. For example, your doctor gives you a medication that causes you side effects and you end up in the hospital. It's called product liability. What you do is you have the name of the drug, one or more depending. The attorneys at the law library will have the information on the company, the address, or most important of all, the agent of process. What you do is they will assist you to fill out all the forms and paperwork. The best part, they can all be handwritten. They do not have to be printed. Any any handwritten paper is considered a legal document. What you do, just as an example, you have the name of the drug company and the name of the agent of process. You fill out a summons and a complaint form. On the complaint, you write down, on these dates, this drug did this to me, I suffered this pain and suffering, this and that. And of course, you most likely won't have money, so you will need a fee waiver. So you fill out all of the paperwork, all the forms, because they all must be filled out, and they must be dated and signed, and of course your address, and you must use your own name only, of course. And then, once all the paperwork has been printed, it must be all printed up at the courthouse. Yes, but it might be 5 cents, 10 cents a copy. Yes, they all must be printed up, and they will tell you how many copies must be printed up. And then you take them to the clerk's office, where they all are stamped with dates that they are filed. At that point, copies are left at the courthouse, of course, because that's the law. But then you take whatever number of copies, and you don't. This is the law. You cannot serve the defendants yourself. Anyone over 18 can do it. A family member, friends, relatives. But the best part is with the fee waiver, you can have it mailed to, like, for example, supposing the agent of process is in Los Angeles. You can have the local sheriffs in Los Angeles serve it. All this can be done with a fee waiver, and it can be mailed. That's the good news. So, now this is the bad news. According to the law, you cannot contact the defendants. They cannot contact you. And then, also according to the law, all paperwork must be served personally. And then once the documents have been received by the defendants or their agents, they must return what's called a proof of service by the sheriffs, and they have 30 days to answer. But this is where it gets interesting. Like, for example, going after a drug company, don't waste your time at small claims. Anything, like, for example, your medications cause you horrible pain and suffering, you can go after, like, just as an example, $1 million. They don't care. They're getting hit all the time. You can, or you can go for 10 or 100 even, and you'll get it. But see, it must be heard, anything over $75,000 must be heard at district court. Now, see, like I said, civil cases, don't even bother with wasting your time. At district court, a district court judge will call for a hearing. You will have to go. It's called a deposition. The judge will say, okay, I have read your complaint. I've seen what do you have to say? Well, it was horrible, this and that and the other. Of course, it's all private. However, it's all considered public record. So the judge will at the deposition will say, okay, well this, or I will or whatever. But I'm telling you, the district court judge will rule in your favor, but I can't say why. But like I said, other examples, any large corporation, cops, judges can be sued for, or like for example, a doctor can be sued for malpractice. It's called emotional distress or pain and suffering. Now here's the best part. There's no statute on emotional distress. You can emotional distress anyone, anywhere, politician, cops, anywhere. There's no statute on that. In the case of like a judge fails, it's called, or someone, like for example, a sheriff harasses you, it's called, police harassment. You can go after them, but remember, police stations and sheriffs don't have a lot of money. On the other hand, like doctors will, of course. A judge is called malicious persecution. You can go after attorneys, district attorneys. You can sue relatives, of course, but of course, poor ones, it's not going to work. And here's something else. Supposing, like, for example, your aunt is deceased from cancer, and of course, you don't know who the doctor was, but you know for a fact that the family members are wealthy. You can sue them for millions of dollars. It's called loss of companionship. Same thing. Courthouse summons, as I mentioned, but anything over $75,000 must be district court. Any lawsuit can be filed at any courthouse, but anyone can do it. You can do it all for free. Yes, you'll have to spend a little bit of money here for copies, postage, but I'm telling you, pain and suffering is a serious problem in this country. You can win, and like I said, any law, they say not all law libraries have, but someone somewhere will know at any courthouse. Now, clerks can't give you information, but the law librarians will know someone somewhere. Or, for example, there's no statute. Like, for example, you're held against your will at a mental health facility, and you're assaulted by a fellow client. That's what they're called. Okay, well, you can't go out. There's a statute of 1 year of false imprisonment. However, you can go after them for severe emotional distress. That alone, and pain and suffering, of course, or possibly kidnapping. I better not go for that. It's possible. But you can go after any large corporation for hundreds of millions of dollars, and you will win. I guarantee it. Don't give up. But see, once you filled out all of your paperwork, put down in pro per. What that means is, in Latin, I am my own attorney. And they can't call you, and you can't call them. Unfortunately, due to the legal situation in this country, you're going to have to wait for it. But this is how the law works. If the judge dismisses your case, The paperwork will be sent to you personally, and it must be delivered into your hands. If you do not receive it, that means you won. This is free legal advice. Like I said, I know what I'm talking about. Don't let anybody discourage you. Don't give up. Keep at it. The law librarians will have books. Even if they tell you, oh, you can't sue the doctor, you can. Medical malpractice is a reality here, but you have to write down details and dates. Keep track of all of the hell that individuals, parties, lawyers, whomever have kept track, have ruined your life. Because a judge will want to see that when the day comes. All you need is dates, times, and names. That's all you need. And you can get every penny, and you can teach them a lesson that they don't want to learn. But like I said, don't waste your time with small claims and small, at 10,000. Go for the gold. Go for the 100 millions. Any corporation, they don't want. Oh, no. Here's something else. They don't want. You can't publish it. You can't call a newspaper and say, "Oh, guess what? You can't do that," because they don't want. They don't want you. It's against the law anyway. The main purpose is to get your funds so you can get your needs and you can get what you want. But I'm telling you, it will work. It's working for me. I can't tell you why, but I know it's coming. I hate to wait, of course, just like everyone else. But everything that's legal is possible. You don't have to be a genius. Anyone can do it. Any law library, depending. Don't waste your time with small. Like I said, go for it. Any bank or supermarket, product liability, like food poisoning, you can go for hundreds of millions and you'll win every penny of it. The best part, all lawsuit proceeds are tax-free.